Perhaps you're just getting started with Bitcoin. Maybe you read my book, Moral Money, and you thought, hey, this Bitcoin thing actually might be something. I want to get some Bitcoin of my own. So the question becomes, where actually do you buy Bitcoin? How do you obtain it? Now, I want to note before I say anything else that I'm not getting paid to endorse any company, any person. These are simply my opinions. So in my 12 years of being involved with Bitcoin, I've seen countless exchanges or places you can buy Bitcoin fold and people lose money from it. Mt. Gox actually, which was one of the first major Bitcoin exchanges, it crashed about 2 months or so after I first got started with Bitcoin. Fortunately, I did not have any money with Mt. Gox. Celsius, BlockFi, FTX are some other companies that had lots of hype, lots of people bought Bitcoin from them, had their Bitcoin stored with them, and they went under. And a lot of people lost their Bitcoin. So it's a real question. It's really something you should think about long and hard. Now, I will say things are a lot better now over time. These companies have gotten better because the bad companies went away and the good companies are still with us. But I'm still suspicious in general of most places that you can buy Bitcoin. Now, I've long used Coinbase. It's the first company I bought Bitcoin from back in 2013. In fact, they hadn't been around very long. Now they've become the dominant player in the Bitcoin world, in the cryptocurrency world in general, in fact. They're a public company, so they do have certain controls on them. They're well respected. Like I said, they've been in business since I think 2013. And so Coinbase is a place that I recommend a lot of people go and buy their Bitcoin. However, I just want to say that recently I've actually switched and now I'm with River. River.com is where you can go to them. They're a solid company. They're Bitcoin only, which I think that matters because what I feel like has happened is Coinbase has become like a cryptocurrency casino. I almost feel dirty when I go to it because there's just so many different cryptocurrencies that you can buy and sell and trade there. And it makes me wonder if they've lost their focus on making sure that their Bitcoin are secure, that there's no way that anybody can get to them or steal them or anything like that. And it just feel like also there's something about the fact of going to a exchange where they can sell you fart coin. That's literally recently happened at Coinbase that I'm just not comfortable with. Also, River uses a proof of reserves, which means they prove on the blockchain that they really do own the Bitcoin they say they do. Coinbase and most cryptocurrency exchanges don't do that. You just have to trust them that they actually own the Bitcoin that they say they do. Now, to be clear, I still wouldn't keep any significant amount of Bitcoin on a third-party exchange, a third-party company. What I would do is I would buy the Bitcoin from the third party, and then I would move it to self-custody. There's nothing wrong with keeping a little bit of Bitcoin on a third party like River. Like I said, I trust them because of their proof of reserves. But ultimately, I think even they would agree that if you have any significant amount of Bitcoin, and what's significant depends on each person, then you should pull it off and put it into self-custody. So where to buy Bitcoin? Like I said, I recommend River.